It's leg day, but that could have went very bad this morning. Stepped right out of the house, onto the path, and nearly fucking tore a hamstring. Why is it so icy? Why is it snow? Well, it's November, but it snowed a few days ago, and it's still that cold that the snow is still there. So that was a risky walk this morning, but we made it. So, Muscle Contests Ireland just announced their show date is changed till the middle of May, but it's actually moved to Dublin, to the RDS. So, as a dub, obviously, I'm buzzing with this. It's fantastic news. It makes sense. It's close to the airport. It's going to get a lot more international competitors. It's going to bring a larger audience as well, because there's a large bodybuilding audience in Dublin. So if the show's in Dublin, they're going to be more inclined to go and actually watch the show as well, which means more ticket sales for Muscle Contest as well. It's a no-brainer. I think the only reason why there hasn't been many bodybuilding shows in Dublin over the past few years is just prices. Dublin is an expensive place, and trying to rent out a venue, I understand it's a business at the end of the day. And for promoters, having to rent out a venue in Dublin does obviously ultimately take away from their profits at the end of the day, but I think realising now, paying a bit extra in Dublin is probably going to make their show even bigger. So, yeah, some good news. Yes, gang, so just arrived at the gym. We were in for legs, like I was saying. So I'll do a voiceover to this. I'll record it and then I'll voice over and I'll talk you through the session, the layouts, kind of numbers we've hit today, etc. as well. I'll walk you through basically. So you'll see that in the next. But yeah, we're here. Meg is back from Dubai, so she is in for legs with us today, which is always nice when the three of us are in for a leg session. So super excited. My favourite time of the week, leg day, the only time where nothing else matters. You're in the gym, you're in that moment, and you don't have to worry about anything else that's going on in life. Just the happiness that comes from pushing yourself and putting any negative energy or stressors in your life into something positive, into bettering yourself, into pushing that into a productive session. There's no better feeling. So we'll crack on. Conviction is in, as you can probably tell. Fucking hell, I'm ready to go. Game on. We have intro, and then it's the logbook. So this is the last time we've done this session. This is this session, and I've wrote down some numbers here that I aim to hit in today's session. So they're written down on paper. So this morning's body weight, date, session itself. Let's get it. Yes, so this leg session started off with great intentions. Super excited going into it. Really focused. Really looking forward to it. And it started off pretty good, to be honest. But it started off with seated hamstring curl. 4 sets on this. You will see there, on that first rep, I'm really trying to fucking jam that pad down onto my quads. So the more my quads are locked in, it just puts me, like, nothing can budge, and I can literally just drive and focus on contracting hamstrings. I find when that pad on the quads is like loose, I actually just move around, and I feel like I just can't be as powerful basically. So that's why I kind of really lock myself in there on these. On these, you'll see open up, slight pause in the stretch, hard contraction, hard squeeze, and then every rep looks the exact same. Even when this starts to get difficult, this gets very hard, very fast. And even when it starts to get difficult, none of the reps look different. I try and stay composed, and I try and make every rep the exact same in terms of quality. And then even when it starts to get hard, really trying to kind of fight through that as well. I always have in my mind, make them look as easy as possible while making them as difficult as possible internally as well. So yeah, it's something I like to think of. But this is the second set here, where I had 4 sets in total. Onto leg extension as a second movement. So 2 sets here, 1 set of 12 reps, and then 1 rest pause set where I'll aim for like 12, take 15 deep breaths, and then take that same weight to failure again. So the second set I got like 12 and then like 3 reps. But these felt okay, but they felt hard, and my knees just were not playing ball. I don't know what it was. I just felt like my joints towards the end of the training block, I know when like I have to take a few days off, because joints really start to
play up on me. They start to play up and they start to fight back. So my knees were just a little bit tender in this, and I just felt like I didn't have that same power and oomph. So as good as my intentions were going into this, I still actually like matched what I done last week here, but it just didn't feel like the way it should, if that makes sense. But as you will see, really focusing on hard contractions, hard squeeze, and then in the stretch, holding for a slight seconds, and then driving back through. So I think about here, not just kicking up, I think about pressing my feet forwards and then up. And I think that little cue definitely enables me to just get a better connection with my quads in this as well. So that is leg extension, and then onto the compound work after that, which was hack squat to start off. Now, we do hack squat first, and this was the same weight as last week, and I wanted 9 reps here, as you will have seen in my logbook before this session. But again, my knees felt a bit touch and go here as well, which hasn't been the case. I haven't felt my knees in a long time. So it was a good set. It felt good, but you will see coming into the back of this, like I just couldn't grind out them last reps that I wanted to actually be from last week as well. But you will see here, I'm trying to almost drive knees forwards. So I like having the feet as low as I can without the heels kind of lifting. So knees forwards, everything tight, full tension on my way down, as deep as I possibly can. And then from the bottom, I don't think about just bouncing out. I want to be aggressive. I have to fucking move that way. But again, I'm not just bouncing. I have a little half a second pause, and then contracting hard out of the bottom. Aggressively contracting is the phrase I like to use. But even there, I should be fucking taking that rep. My knees were not playing ball in this. So after this, we have a little discussion there about how that went. But after this, meant to have another set of hack and then one set of leg press. But we decided against it because we knew deload was coming. I'll actually talk you through that in a second. But went on to RDLs next. I don't know why I picked these off the ground. I never do that. I always advise not to. It's literally a waste of energy. Idiot. My brain just was not in it. But RDLs, done one set here. 10 reps with the 74s. I took 72s for 11 last time, so I took these for 10 reps this time. And these are feeling pretty smooth. I really like dumbbell RDLs. Again, I'm trying to keep the chest tall and just pin them hips back as much as I possibly can until it feels like my hamstrings kind of want to fucking tear, basically. So between each rep, I'm not rushing back in. I hold and then go back in. Full stretch, aggressive, hold, and then back in. Just trying to stay composed even when it gets difficult, just to make sure I keep that full tension on hamstrings at all times, rather than just trying to rush through and get through the set for the sake of it. So rep quality is number one importance. Then single leg extension. Now my right leg is pretty weak in comparison to my left in terms of size, and you can't really notice it until you really look at it in poses. So I've been finishing off my leg sessions with single leg extension with my right leg. So I've been putting all the weight on the top peg here, which means it's really heavy in the stretch. And then I've been just really fucking nailing these. Pause on the stretch, not much of a pause on the squeeze here because it's really loading down here. That's where it's heaviest. And then when I finish here, I finish off with a couple of partials. Again, this ended up turning into a reduced volume session. So after them leg extensions, after the hack squat, we didn't take anything to complete failure. The RDLs, I probably had another 1 rep, maybe 2 extensions here. I know I probably could have taken 1 and maybe a couple of partials here as well. Even my calves after this, the same. Because we were, like I said, we knew a deload was going to be coming. And I think this session just, halfway through, you know what, let's just pull back a little bit here. Then let's take a couple of rest days just so joints are fresh to push back on. Because when I've pushed through periods like this in the past, I know my body well enough. I've been doing this a long time. And I know when it's time for me to just have a bit of a reset. So a little pull back in this session, a couple of rest days, and I'm going to be absolutely flying then, joint-wise, off the back of that. And then finishing off here with calves. I love doing calves as a toe press on a leg press. I love it. Personally, for me, now, my calves are shit. Do not take advice from me with calves. But they definitely have grown. And I feel like with a toe press, I get a lot out of it. I feel like I can really keep tension on calves at all times. I can get a great stretch here, and then I can get a great contraction on every rep too. So I feel like I can put my calves basically through more pain on this in comparison to like, you know, a seated or a standing. I'll still do seated or standing, but I really, really love a toe press here. So every rep, stretch, contract, hard squeeze, and then reset. Again, I love this piece of kit. And again, just trying to make it as difficult. I've done 3 sets here. So that is 4 ham curl, 2 extension, 1 hack, which is usually 2. We skipped the leg press, which is usually 1 set. And then 1 set of RDL, which is usually 2. 1 set of extension single leg, which is usually 1 anyway. And then calves, which are done 3 sets. And the last set is usually a rest pause. But I obviously didn't do that in this session. So that is how it is.
I don't want to get it twisted with that leg session. There's going to be sessions that don't go your way. There's going to be sessions where everything doesn't click the way you want. There's going to also be sessions where there's niggles, there's things that hurt, and we kind of just have to navigate around them and crack the fuck on most of the time. We have to realise this. So I'm not saying, oh, any sign of resistance or any sign of difficulty, let's just fucking quit and let's just take rest days and let's not train. And I'm not saying that. I've been doing this a long, long time, like I said, and I just know my body. A lot of people, they don't want to be training, you know, but they look at any sort of resistance as a sign to be like, oh fuck, I'm just going to rest, I'm just going to not train, I'm just going to go home early, and they will love that. For me, I do not want to pull back. I want to push on as much as I possibly can. I love it. I want to be in the gym. I love pushing myself. So we have to realise, with how I know my body and how I've learned it over the years, I know when to make these adjustments and on the cuff or off the cuff or on the fly decisions in terms of how I feel. I train with Kuba. He knows my body and my mind very well. Over the past few years training together, he knows what I need at times. Sometimes when I'm too stubborn to actually pull back or to actually do the right thing. But yeah, I'm on the way into the gym today. It's a rest day today. Obviously, we have a couple of rest days ahead, so I'm off into the gym today. I have a couple of clients coming up. I have Harry coming up. I have Oisin over from Dublin as well, which is fantastic. And then Jay is in. Jay is actually training delts and arms. So I'm going to have an in-person check-in with him after, because he's just wrapped up his dieting phase. Well, we're nearly wrapped it up, so I want to take a look at what he looks like in person. Focus. Right, take your time. Full control. That's a nice rep. Take. Right, hold there. Now go. Right, you need to brace better. I'm going to punch you. Don't let me punch you. Don't let me punch you. That's better. See what I mean? Brace. Take your time. Get your core. Big deep breath in. Super tight. Drive. That's better. Yeah. Down we go now. Brace. Strong. Yeah. One rep. One rep. I'll help you with this one. Don't stop pushing. Brace hard. This is the one. Strong. That's the rep. 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 Rack. Nice. Good. So go feet a touch narrower. Pull yourself down. Right, take your time. Much better. Yeah, hard contraction, hard hold, control, better. Way fucking better. Drag. Up we go. There's more. Drag. More. Finish your fucking rep. Finish your rep. Finish your rep. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. More. No. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? Show me. Show me, Oisin. Show me, Oisin. Hold that. Hold. Control. Up to me. There you go. Right. Let's go. The legs a bit closer. There, right. And again, see where you are stretching wise. Make sure you come down to that depth every time. Don't want to stop it to the point tension's gone, but make sure you get like full range as much as you can, full stretch, and then squeeze and stretch every rep as hard as you can. Just make them hard, okay? Take your time. Very nice. They're good now. More of a stretch, Harry. More of a stretch. Drag. Yeah. Show me. Hold it. Up. Hold, control. Pull yourself down. Harry, all the way. All the way. Control down. You're gonna go again. Don't sit back. Chest tall. Drag. Finish. That's the one, Harry. That's the one. Hold that. Control. There you go. Nice.
Well, I like that. I've never thought that before.
Yeah.
Never thought that before, mate. Range, right, okay. That's
But you're well able for it. I think once you experience it, then you understand. Okay, shit. Yeah. Here we go. Proper control. All knee. Heart. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All the power for here. Way fucking better. Take your time. Here we fucking go. At least 2. It has to be at least. Come on.
Press at the top. Not halfway down.
Show me. Push away. Way fucking better. Way. Brace. Sink it. Hard.
And again.
Go again. I didn't touch that one. I didn't touch it. Let's go. Okay. Great.
Push. Yes.
Drive. Right. Give me one more, but don't bounce. Give me one more. Drive. More. That's the rep. Good. 2. Lovely. Very good. Yep. Okay. Right. Everyone looks the same. Take your time. Control the rep. Down we go. Control the rep. And power. Way better. Strong press. Good work. You're going to go at least 2 reps. Control the weight. Press hard. Yes, Harry. No. Push, Harry. Harry, push. That's what every set has to be like. And Harry, not just let every set of the week, chest press, every set. You know what I mean? It's
Right now, done 2 sets of 2 working sets and whatever. Now, okay, cool.
So when I'm pushing you, now you understand it's because I know what you can do. You know what I mean? And the only reason you don't know what you can do because you haven't done it. So now when I push you, now you're like, fuck, I can do this. And now going forward, like, this is the new standards. Do you know what I mean? Because you're going to be like, oh, I've done this before now. I know I can push.
There's been days where I've said my footage over and I have pushed myself, but there's been days where I've been like, right, okay. For me, it was enough, but obviously when you see it in second hand, it's like, nah, you got way more.
And you have big goals. Like I said, if you came to me and you were like, Mark, I want to get ready for a holiday, you're doing a great job, but you want to step on stage eventually. So there's a level I have to hold you to. I'm not just going to be like, mate, you're doing great, because if you're not where you need to be, I need to be honest, you know. A lot difference. Half back, leg back. Rotate the knees out a little bit. There you go. Open the lats. That's a bit, elbows down and forward. So that's way better. See the difference? So but no, honestly, mate, you look fucking great. You look great. Be proud and be like, right, now push on. You know what I mean? If you just keep saying, I'm shit, mate, you're going to hate this whole process.
I think, no, you didn't negativity.
100%. I'm just picking the positives and being like, right, I'm going to make this happen.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's going to take, I think going forward, from seeing you in person and you having a personal one-to-one check-in, I think, going forward on that.
So it was great to have the 2 lads in yesterday, taking them through a few bits in terms of legs. And I think the take-home point that I like to kind of address a lot is we don't necessarily know our limits until we step outside of our comfort zone and get kind of pushed to them limits. And it's something that every single day I will leave the gym and I'll be like, how can I be better? What can I do better? Next time I go in, could I push an extra rep? Can I lock in that bit more? Can I get more from what I'm currently doing? And I think everyone can look at that and benefit from that in some way in terms of, can you do better? Like, can you push harder? And a lot of the time, you would think that you can't, and that is completely fine. But it's just because you haven't been pushed to them levels before, or you haven't been in them environments where, or the environments that push you. It's why for years I've continued to put myself outside of my comfort zone and going to different gyms and training with different people and being in different environments to push myself, to try and expose myself to new limits, which will then result in more progress. Because if you are challenged, that challenge then becomes the new standard. And all of a sudden, the standard that you knew when you thought you were pushing, that's irrelevant. It steps up. You start trying at a new level, you expose yourself to a new environment, and that steps up again. I think that's the beauty of physique development. There's always new ceilings, regardless of how well your training's going or how much you're improving. There's always room. If you have no ego, leave the ego at the door and tell yourself, there can always be improvements. We can always get better, and it's only going to lead to more progression. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you found this interesting. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next week.